This is good. I keep trying to find things that are sweetened with stevia, and this Olipop, this is a good one. It makes me want to plan a little girl's birthday party. So you may have noticed I keep including you in these little sort of field trips that I'm doing with my kids. They are all older, being done with high school, being done with college, getting ready to move out. And so I just have it in my heart to do these different field trips with them to, one, just, enjoy our last days together, and two, to expose them to different quality things, the different cultures. And so that last little visit was to a higher end grocery store in town, and I just wanted them to be exposed and maybe inspired by different flavors and combinations, even different labels on products, and come home and try new things in the kitchen and think about, growing heirloom tomatoes, or maybe visiting some of our local farms. And so that was this week, and we have some other garden tours, and I want to go to a horse race and a fashion show and a symphony. And anyway, that is kind of a highlight in my week right now that is helping with the bittersweetness of kids growing up. And it's good for me too. I feel like I keep learning new things. I try to learn new things every day and try to, in some way, become better, become more refined, become better at speaking, whatever it is. And I think that is a good way to live. I hope that inspires you as a parent and as an adult, and just passing on a thought of something to become part of, our daily lives. I wanted to thank you for all of your comments on the last few videos about the living room. You guys are an amazing community, and I just love reading your comments. I absolutely consider your ideas, and it's just so much fun to see your talent and your creativity. It's a real treat for me to read your comments after we get a video up and you're helping me design. I actually got all of the orders placed the other night, so it is about to start really coming together in that room. I'll be sharing with you as things come in and as we're making the pillows and things. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be fun. One thing I did want to respond to was a few of you feel like I'm really overthinking the room. And here's my thoughts on that. I want to be unique in that on this channel, I want you to hear the struggle and the back and forth that goes into actually designing a room. I want you to see the give and take and the amount of decisions that you think through to come to the final look. It's at least 10 times harder than it looks to bring it all together. And I'm okay with you seeing that. I think that the design industry, the shows a lot of times are really, I feel like they do us a disservice, I would say. Not for entertainment or even inspiration, but for education. They are not explaining to you why they're doing things like choosing the oval mirror over the sink, or why they decided to use the magenta in the artwork, and then, how to angle the armchairs. They don't explain it to you. And so I've never seen anyone do, honestly, a good job. Not all in one place anyway. And so in true DIY fashion, I put together an entire school. It's college level training and it shows you how to go from Pinterest to the finished room, and all the things that you need to think about, all the things you need to understand about colors and workflow, and lighting is huge. There's a lot to know about mixing your patterns and styling shelves. There's a lot to know, and the good news is there's a lot that is easy to replicate, right? So there are a lot of methods and formulas and things that I can share with you. And you can get there so much faster if you just know, oh, well, if this works, then that means these next 3 things are gonna work as a no-brainer. For instance, if you have a sectional, there's only 2 times I will use a sectional. One is in a very casual room because they instantly make it very casual, and 2 in a very, very large room because they are instantly the focal point. So I think sectionals can get overused, and I have other solutions instead of sectionals in smaller rooms where you don't want them to be the main focus and you don't want to kind of crash the room and make it look completely casual. So when it's time to choose a coffee table for a sectional, I always want to use a round coffee table or an ottoman because you've got such strong lines and you've got to get contrast with your lines and your curvy lines and your straight lines. So no brainer if you have a sectional round coffee table. So it's those types of things that I am relaying to you in the new course that I've put out. It's called the Elite Decorating Academy. And thank you for those of you who are already signed up and going along through the courses. There's over 140 videos to go through, but I've made them into bite-sized pieces because I know how it is. I know how it is to take on one more thing. So I wanted them to be something that you could just have like as a little treat each day, you know, and work through maybe like 10 minutes a day. And in the end, you literally could take clients if you aren't already. If you are taking clients, then this will be a boost for you and be a lot of basically continuing education. So I'm excited about that. That is why I am so transparent. And if it bores you, I do apologize. You probably are here more for the entertainment than the education value. Now, I just wanted to, I've been wanting to share this with you because I am getting my Mother's Day plans all put together, you know, and I always want to do really fun things because it's only once a year. And I really want to tour some gardens. I'm going to take you along for those. And then I wanted an electric tea kettle because I don't really like the kettle that sits on the stove. I really want to be able to store it. And I don't really have a good spot to store a kettle. So then what I do is a saucepan, and then I forget that I'm boiling water. And so far, the couple times that I've done that, like, I feel like God is protecting me and he has me like run down to the kitchen for something else and I remember. But it just makes me nervous because, oh, I mean, it would just take once where I like left the house and drove away and forgot that I was making tea or something. So I needed a solution that was a lot safer than what I've been doing, and I don't mind like seeing it out on the counter. So I have gone on this huge shopping spree looking at all of the options for electric kettles, and I ended up purchasing 4, knowing that I would return 3 of them. I just thought it would be fun to share them with you if you need a Mother's Day gift idea. Sure, you probably already know what it is that you would like for Mother's Day, but I'm going to share the 4 kettle ideas, and then you can guess which one we chose. Here are my 4 winners that I wanted to share with you. I'll link them below too. So of course we have the Smeg. This is the most expensive one. And then we have these ones by Drew Barrymore. I found these at Walmart. And okay, so see how this green, I love this color. You can hear it. Oh, you can see the little steam coming out. Okay, these ones by Drew Barrymore light up. And you can see the temperature rising, and then you know you have these different, let me see here, there you have all these options for the different types of tea that you want to do. I just turned it off there, but I wanted to show you that one because the white one does it as well, and I think there's 4 different colors, but I love the gold detailing. I don't like that it's plastic, okay, because I feel like that's not going to stay very clean for very long. And then this one I loved. This was my first choice, but I got it in and it feels kind of peachy. I kind of wanted cream. Too much of a reddish or orangey undertone. I love the dial on that. Okay, so those are my options. I forgot to share my promo video with you. I'm really excited about this. This was really fun to put together. I know you'll enjoy it. I'm really excited about this. It was really fun to put together, so I'm going to share that next, and then I've got one last thing to share with you. Interior design is an art form, and all artists will tell you that there's this wrestling and contending that happens with their chosen medium to bring order from chaos and to bring beauty from lack. I find though that this art form is a very difficult one to grow in. We have shows and all kinds of resources that will give us befores and afters that wow us and room reveals that entertain us, but rarely are we given a glimpse into the problem solving that goes into the design process. And even when I've taken classes from well-known professionals, I find that they are so naturally gifted that they have become dependent on their innate intuition, and they struggle to come down to the beginner's level and teach. I am attempting to fill this void. I've created over 145 videos that break down the design process into these bite-sized pieces. There really are formulas and measurements and best practices that I can share with you in order to create timeless interiors. One of my favorite parts about interior design is the ability that it has to affect people. People stand taller, they exhale, they think clearer when they are surrounded by beauty and order. And you being able to create an environment like that, that is a life-changing skill. When you understand how colors and textures and layers and lighting and furniture placement all affect us, that's when you begin to go to the next level with your decorating. I want to take you from Pinterest to design boards to samples to sourcing your products to the full installation of every room in your house. I'm going to teach you to think like a decorator and be able to design a home from top to bottom on any budget. Learn simple, gorgeous interior design with me, Sarah Phillips. It's really tricky with the lighting in a window, but I moved the block print curtains into the kitchen, just kind of get a feel for them. You know, they were in the living room. This is the color we're gonna paint the walls, well, and the cabinets. This might be a little dark, but that's coming up next. And I think that the curtains actually are gonna work in here really well. So that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments below which tea kettle you think that I should get. And let me know what you think about the curtains in here. I'm really happy with it. One of the things I ordered for the living room was 3 bolts of my favorite linen. Can you guess what I'm gonna do with those?